Now, y'all, I normally wait till Monday mornings to do the Potomac review, but I just felt that it was so imperative to finish this review just to get it out on Monday because this was the episode. Now, I am a little bit tired and I'm a little bit high, but I'm gonna get through this for y'all. Like, they showed the entire fight. I cannot believe it. Seriously, like I really thought they were just pulling our legs the entire season so far. Thought they were gonna hype it up just to give us some type of censored BS, but Bravo shut me up. Like I could not believe it. I rewinded that fight maybe 10 times, and don't judge me, you rewinded just as many times. So I'm giving you a very detailed account of this fight. I have 3 pages of notes on it, and I will get to every part of the fight that I noticed for y'all to make the judgment for yourself. Please let me know what you thought about it in the comments as well. So first we see the situation escalating between Candace and Monique, and we see the whole, in your face with this, and then we see Monique with the hair, and that's what I personally think set it off. Now, I paused it around this time to see who threw the first lick, but you really can't see it. It was more so like people were grabbing Monique's hand away from Candace, and then it just turned into like a scuffle, because I'm thinking maybe Candace pushed her away, and then Monique was tussling too. So basically, I see Monique reach into Candace's scalp, and as soon as Candace felt that hand to her lace front, like she threw the wine in Monique's face, and that's when it all went to hell. You see like bop, 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 and you see her try to like slam her head on the table, but I don't think she did. So Monique does not let go. She is a dog with the bone. Yeah, it's getting wild. We seeing everything. So then we see the glass in Candace's hand is broken, and she is flying her arm in her direction. Now, I'm not sure if she hit Monique, but something grazed Monique's lip, and we see Monique bleeding, and then we see, like, the devil in her eyes. Like, Monique is completely possessed. She is not letting Candace go. Candace is face down. All you see is hair and wig, and then you see nails all right here trying to get Monique's hand out of her hair. So all the producers been rushed to the situation. They're pulling in every which direction. So I'm taking account of what I've seen every wife do in this scene. So that's how many times I rewinded it. So we see Wendy. Wendy is on the side hollering, and she's trying to get Monique's hand out of Candace's hair. I noticed that. That's what she was doing. Now Karen is yelling on Monique's side. She's like, let her go, Monique! Like, yes, like she's trying to get Monique off, and Monique is not listening. Giselle is on the side a little bit next to Monique. Like, she's not getting into it, but she's really just spectating, it looks like, Like, I think Giselle was oddly calm. Like, she didn't have the reaction that Karen or Robin or Wendy had. Like, Giselle was just like looking, just like, and that was it. That was just strange to me. Now, Robin, you see Robin was on the end, and she was holding the table, if y'all notice. Now, let me get to that point of the table. That table was a big-ass wooden table. You see 2 producers on one side trying to hold that wooden table up because it was suspended by those barrels if you go back and look at it. So I'm sure that shit was heavy, and if that shit fell, then that would have been like a detriment as well to safety especially. So they're still fighting. Could you imagine these women fighting like this, and you're just trying to hold this table from crashing down on people's foot? Like, that was a really heavy table. So it was Robin on one side and 2 producers on the other side. So then they finally get the ladies off of each other. Candace's hair is all over the place. Like, but the wig did not get off her head. Now, whoever does her hair, that y'all did a good job, because that wig did not go nowhere. Nowhere. Now, everyone is just in shock, and Candace yells, get that hood rat bitch out of here. Whew. So Ashley comes back from the bathroom. She missed the entire fight. We see that look on her face now. The iconic look on her face was from seeing Candace's hair right after that skirmish. And now we hear more. The hood rat came out. The hood rat came out. Sorry, I have to like be a little bit lower for my neighbor, so I can't really do it how I want to. Now, we see Monique on the other side of the room. She's behind a door with the other producer. Monique is in like a quiet rage. It really is fascinating. She doesn't look shaken at all. She doesn't look like worn, like she was in a fight. She's just real calm. It's a calm rage. So Karen is helping Candace with her weave. Now that's a good friend. Like she was like, just girl, you're on camera. Just fix your hair right quick. I appreciate Karen for that. So now we see the producer, like he refuses to let Monique back into the room, even to the point of Karen trying to get to Monique and check on her. Like he's just guarding that door with his life. I'm sure his job is on the line for this. So then we see Monique going just downstairs through the back way. And then she tries to break free and run after Candace. And I'm pretty sure Candace is gone at this point, but she is trying to lunge back to the car and producers are holding her back. She's like, let me go. Like she wants to fuck Candace up. Because I think she realized that, you know, Candace drew blood. And then Monique says on camera, y'all better not bring her around me. I'm a killer. Like on camera. I could not believe that. Like Monique is in a blind rage right now. So as Monique says that comment, you know, we see Robin and Giselle on the side, you know, looking like the green-eyed birds they are. They're commenting on like what she said about that situation. So now we see Candace call her husband, and more so I'm noticing that she's more concerned about her image on the show, and she really did bring up the hood, ghetto, hood rat bitch comment a lot, because I'm guessing like it just means everything for her not to look ghetto on TV. And we see that, you know, she's crying a little bit and then she's really embarrassed, and like, as she should be. I feel like she had Portia's reaction when Portia realized, like when the adrenaline came down, I have embarrassed myself. So it looks like they basically all choose sides immediately. Like it looks like Ashley, she's on Monique's side, and you have Wendy, Robin, and Giselle on Candace's side, and then Karen is just stuck in the middle, kind of like how I am. Now Monique is again warning the women, y'all better not bring her around me. And I think Monique is just still in a blind rage right now. So she hops in her car. She calls Chris on the phone and she lets him know what happened. And he says, oh man, I'm sure you're embarrassed. This is terrible. And then Monique looked like she has no regrets at all. Like seriously, in that whole scene, Monique didn't give a fuck. You can tell, like, you know, wherever she was raised, it came out. Like Monique don't play. So now we're left with everyone just wondering, how did it go left so quickly? Now, this is my thing on the fight right now. After finally watching, I was speechless, totally speechless watching this. I do feel bad for both ladies. I get no pleasure out of seeing Candace getting, you know, beat like that. I feel bad for Monique because I know she is above this. I'm not sure what got her to that point. And I honestly think that they're both at fault. But I will say that I don't think one person was more provoked than the other, like some people are saying on Twitter. Like, if anyone was like doing the more provoking, it would be Monique, because she flipped her hair. After she flipped the hair, shit went left. Now, I do think that they both need to cop to responsibility on who started the fight. I think evenly that it was both of them together. So the next day comes, and I'm guessing we're going to get reactions from every single wife. So we see Wendy first, and you know, she's like practicing her lines from when she go on TV. And then she makes some qualm about like, oh, now I'm gonna get a seat at the table. And I don't really agree with that. I'm thinking that Beverly Hills, they fight on the other shows. In Miami, the bitch clocked the other one in the hallway. Nobody said nothing. And even on other shows, Mob Wives, like, let's not do that. Let's not go that route. Like, oh, see, now they're gonna see that and they're not gonna respect us. Fuck that. It's a reality show. Y'all knew what y'all signed up for. Sometimes it's gonna get that way. Sometimes it's gonna go left. So we're at Giselle's place and we see she's getting ready to go to ATL with her daughter so they can open up this restaurant that their dad gave them for a birthday present. And we see that Robin and Giselle are in a firm agreement that Monique started that fight and she was the aggressor. So Candace trying to figure out like what happened, what made it go left, like why was she so angry in that place to attack her? Because she did apologize to her, and we get the footage seeing Candace apologize not once but twice. So I don't understand why Monique was holding on to this, because Candace apologized about Charisse, and she also apologized about, I'm guessing, going away from the ladies and telling Ashley the drama that she heard on her phone. So I really don't get why Monique was in this place with Candace. Because honestly, Monique didn't let it go. She could have let it go after the apology. So now we're at Karen's and she's cooking for Ray's birthday in a very questionable outfit. We see that she's planning a therapy session for the both of them coming up. And then she fills in Ray about the fight, who she thinks that it was both of them that caused the fight. And then she's also filling him in about Ashley and her cheating ass husband Michael. So now we see that Giselle's arrived to Atlanta with her daughters, and the thing that she's kind of nervous about looking forward to is her dad's going to be with her as well as Jamal, and she hasn't told him yet that she's getting back with her cheating ex-husband. And now we're with Monique for the first time after the incident. She's talking to Chris about it, and it looks like she doesn't give two shits. She doesn't care about her image, and Chris is such a good husband. He's trying to tell her, like, babe, you don't have any type of regret or anything like that. He's trying to, like, you know, he knows they're both on camera. Like, say this right now and say you're sorry for fighting. Nope, Monique don't give a fuck. And Chris just feels bad because, I mean, he actually liked the other Chris and Candace, and he's saying, like, y'all just getting physical with each other. Like, it just don't make no sense. And once again, Monique, you know, she has no regrets. And I feel bad for that child that she's, like, brushing her hair and washing her hair, like, all tough and shit like that, while she's talking about Candace, that poor child. And weirdly, Monique says she felt threatened in that scene. I'm just wondering how. Like, I get maybe Candace was just agging her nerves and then she just had a break, but I don't think Monique should have been threatened at all, especially from tiny ass Candace. So it just looks like from the aftermath that neither parties are taking ownership for this. So next scene, we're with Giselle and her dad and her kids, and the only thing I'm getting from this scene is that she finally told her dad that she's getting back with her ex-husband, which he says, I'm fully supportive. And we'll see later on what he really thinks about that. Now we're at Ashley's, and she's in her confessional saying, well, since this fight happened, nobody talking about Michael. And that's the only good thing for her out of this. So they're basically talking about their marriage, and Ashley again is saying on camera that, you know, we've both done some things in this marriage, and she's wondering, like, how did it happen? And, you know, he's blaming the intimacy problem again, and she says, well, I've been thinking about having a post-nup. And surprisingly, Michael is all for it, because I'm just thinking that he has this mindset that it's cheaper to keep her. So we see Giselle and Jamal and her kids, and they're touring the restaurant before the big grand opening. Fast forward. But what I did get from that scene is the messy ass producer asked Giselle, how many kids does Jamal Bryant have? You know she didn't say it? She said, well, I can only talk about the kids that I birthed. So yeah, she didn't say anything. So thank goodness for Google. So I looked it up and it says he has 5 kids, but I'm thinking it's more because, you know, we'll see later on that her dad said he had 6, 7 baby mamas. So I'm thinking he has 7 kids or something like that. And honestly, why didn't she just tell him? Because, I mean, shit happens, you know? Like, I'm one of 7 personally, and I'm my mom's only kid. My dad had 4 kids before he met my mom. So yeah, I'm just saying, if that was a deal breaker for her, I wouldn't be here. So thankfully, my mom was, you know, just such a good person, a good forgiving person that saw the best in people. So next scene, we're at Karen and Ray's, and they're having their therapy session on camera. Now the therapist is asking them all types of, you know, personal questions, and Karen is encouraging Ray to be honest. And I'm thinking she's going to regret that, because the therapist asked both of them, are they in love with each other? And of course, you know, Karen, she said, you know, I'm in love with Ray every day. I think about my man every day. So then when it comes to Ray, he was like, I think I'm in love with her. Karen face cracks. And you can just tell by the look on her face, she did not expect that. She thought it was going to be like a little cute therapy session. You know, they can have a little scene or whatever and see how she really feels. But now he's saying, I think I'm in love. But I'm guessing he's saying that like, well, the love just isn't the same it was 23 years ago. He actually said that. So Karen did not like that. Ray is saying it's different. So the therapist leaves and Karen is still in shock. Ray knows he fucked up. So Karen like takes her shoes off and she heads upstairs. Unfortunately, she probably didn't know the mic was still on and she's like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And we hear her start crying, which is really sad because I really think that she did not expect for this man to say this on camera. So now it looks like we're going to close this episode off with Giselle in Atlanta. They're at this grand opening for the restaurant. And I'm wondering why there's so many people gathered. Like, why is that a big deal? You know, and who is Jamal Bryant in the community? Is he that famous? Also, the way he talks, like, oh, I want everybody to know that my daughters, I want to show them real work. And this is my wife, Giselle. I'm happy for all of them. I'm happy for all of them. And he looks like R. Kelly. It's just really, I just don't see what she sees. I'm sorry. Now we see these poor girls like in this restaurant, like just being pushed on them. Who said they want to do this? I feel bad that they have this career being pushed on them at such a young age. And I gotta say, hospitality, it ain't for everybody. Believe me, I know. So I'm just like, that's nice that he gave them this restaurant and their names, but I mean, how does he know that that's what they want to do in life, you know? So later on, we see Giselle, Jamal, and her father at the table. So Giselle takes this time to tell Jamal in front of her dad that, yeah, so I talked to my dad and he says that he fully supports us. And you just see a look of disgust in her dad's face. It looked like he just smelled something stank. So then he makes an excuse and he has to go to the bathroom and leave from the table. Again, that hot mic will get you. We hear him say, I'm done. This is not a good move for her. Somebody with 6 or 7 baby mamas. I'm just like, whoa. I'm sure she's seeing this back and is very embarrassed by that. But I'm guessing, you know, at least her dad loves her so much, you know, to lie to her and like tell her what she want to hear. Anywho, that's the end of the episode. And I gotta say, this was the episode. It was worth the wait. Like, I'm happy with the fight. It did kind of like decline exponentially as the episode went on because I want to see more of the aftermath. I want to see more of them together. But yeah, that was a fight, man. That's gonna go down in Housewives history amongst all the franchises. And yeah, I enjoyed this episode a lot. And the next episode, it looks like it's going to be like a roundtable discussion of Monique explaining herself. Looks like she has no regret. And I'm thinking, is this her last episode? Because I'm just wondering, we have 10 more episodes left in this season. Like, is that just a wrap for Monique? So I guess we'll find out. But yeah, that's the episode. And I need to get some sleep because I feel like I got some bags under my eyes right now. Anywho, yeah, let me know your thoughts on the fight. Let me know who you thought started it. And, you know, was it worth the hype? Was it worth the wait? You know, like it, I thought it was. It was crazy. Anywho, Cdiggi1 on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you for the next video. Bye.